So in Limpopo right now, there is a trend of a dancer by the name of Limpopo Boy, who he's a dancer. He's one of them ninjas. Those ones. It's one of the dancing ninjas out there. Now, he apparently recorded a video. He recorded the video himself. Okay, he recorded a video of himself with a woman who is the lobola there. I don't know how far married, whether he went to home affairs or what, or if that marriage went that far. But they paid lobola for this girl, and this girl, she's one of those people that post themselves, shape, showing their shape, their body. They love that, being seen like that. Like she's those type of girls that post. Like if you saw her page, okay, it's not like we're assuming something. If you just look at her page, she loves for people to see her like that, like figurines and what and all those type of things. Now, with posting things like that comes people who are admirers of that, and then they themselves have issues. And so as they do the admiration of that, these people can become chacharach in the way that they will compliment you. And so in this video, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about how success was framed for a man, and how the distraction in that framing, but the good thing as well in that framing. And then I want to talk to women, so that women can understand this framing, so that you protect yourself against this framing. Okay? Because the feminist movement will tell you, it's your body, you can do whatever you want. It's your body, you can do whatever you want. Be very careful of that idea. The idea was sold to men, and a lot of them. We have to literally go and re-educate ourselves, contrary to that idea. Okay? I'm framing what we're going to talk about in this video. And so there's been a lot of things that have been sent forward, which we've seen over and over. We have to literally unlearn. So the men have their part, but then now they're selling it to women. You can do whatever you want. Do whatever. Just go out there. It's your body. You can do whatever. I had an episode of Sima and her friends there. They were saying, if a girl wants to go and sleep with a guy for money, she has to do what she has to do. And I'm like, do you hear yourself? See, that's the feminist movement. That's what they do. They talk to the distraction of but anyways, we are not there. So that's the thing. On this video, I want to talk to the women. Yeah, if you're a woman, this video is meant also for you, very much for you. But then I want to talk about another aspect of this video. I hope I won't take more than 15 minutes on this. I've recorded it before, and I have no interest. If this recording doesn't come out, that's it. Doubt you will see a video today, because I recorded it like 3-4 times and keep having technical issues, which it is what it is. So first of all, let's talk about how success was framed for a man. Success was framed like this. Behind every man, there's a great woman, right? This is good. This frames it properly. So a man looks to build a life of progress, success, and so forth. And then it grounded the man to his surrounding. So you see, this is a good motivator. This is why I also love that song. You see that song of that boy, condolences to the family. Met a lady, her name's Felicia. Who's Felicia? We are Shisa. And then the video went viral. You see, that video was framing this idea. There's this particular, it's one person. Not two, it's not three, it's not four, it's not multiple, it's one. Her name is Felicia. She has a name. It's not as like women. It's a particular individual, one. So this is a good framing. Behind every great man is a woman. So this framed a man around his surrounding. Nowadays, what are they doing to counter that? What is the devil? Let me say. What is the devil doing to counter that? Passport boys. And then he's touting this idea of, I don't have to be tired. I can travel. I can go all over the place. If I feel like going, that's not a real life. Yes, that's what the devil is implementing as a real life for men to be independent without grounding himself anywhere. Those type of ideas, don't fall for those ideas. We are meant to be grounded. Okay, we are meant to be grounded people. So this idea which was being touted towards men it's contrary to this idea that behind him there is a woman. So there is no grounding of success with this woman. Okay, so that's what they are pushing now. Alpha male. If you look at the alpha male content, these women, they just want your man. You see, all of that, it's childish talk. It's been rooted in man to work for his family. Nowadays, it's my man, whatever I can do. You see that pride? Yes, that's what the world wants us to route ourselves to. Now, in the 80s, in the 90s, if you look at the 50s and 60s, you'll see when they used to advertise cars, they used to advertise them towards men because men was the working class, right? So because the marketers understood the man is the working class, he's the one who's going to buy a car. So they would always frame a car around a woman. You see? So when they actually in the 50s, because it was very family oriented, you see the shows then, it was a car that was meant to have your whole family. It's big, it has space, you can go for holidays. It was meant to house a family. Okay? And then in the 70s, in the 80s, these fast cars come up, this car with, you have shows like Michael Knight, Knight Rider. It's a man and his car. It's a man and his car. It's a man who has a relationship with his car. So you see, they start to where the personality was now. We are selling cars to men, but then the man has this attachment to the car. Then you come into the 80s and the 90s. They start advertising cars using women. So they would put a car and they put a woman. Yeah. They start putting a picture of her. They just put a woman who's not dressed properly there around the pictures. So just, to attach some type of a feeling towards, remember, this accomplishment. Never mind, he hasn't gone thing. No, but they were associating, just having the car associate you with the women. 2000s introduced the pimp, the groupie. Remember hip hop in the early days? That's what it would tout. Even the music videos, it's a man standing around with girls dancing with him sexually or whatever. It's all kinds of nonsense. This tainted a lot of men's mind to this life that's just wayward. But you see, the feminist movement equalized it. Then it's your body, you can do what you want. They spoke about that pertaining abortion. Then it went to clothes. I mean, like in the 2020s, they were now routing on the side of promoting certain artists because they looked a certain way. You remember Lizzo, how they were promoting Lizzo. So now we come to this age where the idea of you can do whatever you want, it's been sold to the man, it's been sold to the woman. But now they've detached the man from associating part of his success as being grounded. Have a woman, have your own woman, and he can have the woman without making a commitment. You see that video of Limpopo boy?
Ke janywa waya le ka sengkhone nna ke Limpopo boy.
Where he was breaking, whatever, you see, every woman should remember that thing. It's he has, without having to commit. He has you. You see, it doesn't have to be Limpopo boy. It can be just anybody. It can be the guy right now that's busy. He knows you have a committed relationship, but he is busy behind you. Is that he wants that without having to commit. He wants, you see, that whole thing of a woman part of his success. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want part of his success. He just wants what he wants. He just wants part. He wants the association to have encountered these waters and never having to commit. It's so. Do you hear yourself? So this is important to understand, so that you understand to preserve yourself. Because now people have been taught. Don't think it's only men that have been taught this. There's women that have been taught. They've been taking this idea from the world. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you can give yourself to wherever you want, to whoever you want. And that idea has sold to so many people. You have no idea. So many people have bought into that idea. I don't have to commit and I can give myself. And so as a result, there's no grounding. There's no building with. You just have and then preserve yourself. Close your legs. Value. You know, because this value was always painted towards women. To say for a woman to sleep around, it's seen as, ooh, disgusting. But you see, even to you, the man, the problem is that you've been sold the wrong idea that this only applies to the woman. It doesn't apply to you as a man. Believe the devil's agenda. My brother, you devalue yourself the more you do that. You devalue yourself the more you feel, you can just go eating. You devalue yourself. Devalue. I wonder this. You see why this video I had to record 3 times. It would not allow me. So that's the first thing to understand. Is that the culture has sold. The devil's agenda has been really sold into society. You don't have to. You can just have and never have to commit. Okay? Now the spiritual part of it. We are going into Women's Day. When we are coming into Women's Day, this story happens. A lot of times people will say, why don't you talk to the woman because she's the one who is married. You see, that one, she has her own issues. She has her own issues she must deal with. But I want you to understand the mind of the person who he himself sleeps with the woman he knows is committed and is in a relationship, is married. I want you to understand the mindset. That when he's saying, he's saying that because he didn't have to commit. Do you see? It's so devaluing. Exactly what you should think. The spiritual part of it, we should be saying Happy Women's Month, Happy Women's Day. We should be saying that. The devil plans this, and then this comes out just before. So now, what is the whole South Africa talking about? This. Talking about a dancing ninja. But here talking about a dancing ninja because he wouldn't value himself to be. There are places you can. I'm not going there. I'm not doing that. I'm not sleeping with it. I'm not. The problem is this idea has been sold both to men and to women. Yes, there is a value to not. I didn't sleep with that girl. I don't sleep around. There is a value to that. Because we were sold the agenda with the hip hop, with all this house music, all this nonsense. We were sold that agenda. We were sold that idea that you sleep around, it doesn't devalue the man. You're a human being created by God in His image. And your prioritizing of relationship with the opposite gender is seeing their private parts. Something is wrong. And everywhere you just see, something is wrong. Okay? Carry yourself. It's tricky, and I hope you see what I'm talking about. There's a spiritual aspect of life that most people are very ignorant to. And they don't see. Think about, we are supposed to be saying Happy Women's Month. But now we are not saying Happy Women's Month because this woman did this. She just got, they lobola day, then she is going on to do this. Very spiritual. The devil is very intentional.